What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. I know after, you know after, we all know after. It is one of those rare romantic teenage drama movies that managed to make a killing, and mind you, it was a small budget film. It only had $14 million, and it managed to turn that $14 million investment into a jaw-dropping $70 million. What do you have to say about that? But the production houses knew from the get-go that this movie would be a smash hit. How? Because it was an adaptation from the book that Anna Todd wrote, which earned her several million readers on Wattpad. She initially published the first few chapters, and once she saw how popular those became and people gobbled them up like Tic Tacs, she wanted to finish her masterpiece. You guys remember Tessa, right? You know, the college student that is kind of a goody two-shoes and has a high school sweetheart. She comes as a freshman at campus, and she gets the opportunity to go to a party. That's where she meets the love of her life and the guy that manages to tip the balance in her life. We're talking, of course, about Hardin Scott. So we all know the love that these guys have for one another, but what we're interested in is what they're like in their private lives, and what was it like filming the amazing movie. So join us as we look at after bloopers that are even better than the movie. Let's jump right in, people. Hold the door, please, Anna Todd. Do you know Anna Todd? Remember, we said she is the writer that published the book called After on Wattpad. And because she was also one of the producers on the show, she decided she wanted to be in her movie. So, guess what she did? In one of the main scenes near the end, right before Tessa gets the important letter from Scott, the one that reveals his true feelings towards her, is when the creator of this book appears. Did you see it? Let's run that again for you. See her now. That's her, the blonde that holds the door for Josephine Langford. And did you know that even though this scene looks like it would be extremely easy to film, the crew had to do a couple of shots just to get it right? That's right. Who knew that holding a door for someone would be that complicated? Oh, and it's worth mentioning that Anna and Josephine are kind of BFFs. The writer is extremely close with the stars of her show, and they've appeared in numerous interviews for the movie. Getting ready for the wedding. This is one of those scenes that we're kind of bummed that they cut out from the movie, and the only reason we can see for doing so is simply the fact that they didn't want to prolong the movie. Otherwise, this scene would have just added a ton of emotional support and strengthened the love between Hardin and Tessa. The scene starts out with Scott getting ready for his father's wedding, whom he despises. He is putting on his all-black suit while smashing that like button if you haven't done so already, but in fact, he was looking in the mirror and talking to Tessa.
I cannot believe you've talked me into this.
And that's when the magic happens. Right in the middle of his sentence, Tessa appears in front of him and he's lost for words. He can't stop looking at her and forgets what he was supposed to say. The two walk around for a while and Tessa asks, "What do you think?" We all know what Hardin is thinking. His look says it all.
You are stunning.
And then, instead of the cold, direct scene cut that shows the building where the wedding is supposed to take place, we have this beautiful scene where Tessa and Scott hold hands and talk all the way up to the entrance. She is telling him that he's going to have a great time. She's being supportive, and they share a kiss right before the entrance.
Promise?
Promise.
Now, why in the world would someone want to swap out this scene for something that's cold, uninviting, and cliche? We have no idea. What do you guys think? Why did they cut this scene from the bunch? Was there a special reason that we don't know about? Please tell us in the comment section below. We're dying to find out. Want to see how all those sweet Tessa and Hardin scenes were filmed? Now, you know when Tessa talked to her mother right after she caught them kissing in Tessa's dorm room? When she broke up with her boyfriend and when she gave it all up for Hardin? That's when an array of lovey-dovey scenes followed this triumphant victory of their love. And if you wanted to know how they were filmed, here it is. The raw, unedited footage which shows you how all of the scenes were shot. You see, when the movie is being filmed, all of the magic and the effects are missing. It's real life, and we loved seeing these two act so professionally despite the lack of magic in the air. The scene where they're sitting on the grass talking, the scene with the aquarium, and the empty silence with the both of them in the middle of it, we just loved it all. I need a favor from you. This scene was supposed to go somewhere in the middle of the movie. Why? Well, because this is the scene where Ken Scott, Hardin's dad, first got to meet Tessa. She goes to the dean's office to talk to him about her financial situation and the fact that she needs help with her scholarship, all while Ken Scott is in the corner of the shot minding his own business. When the assistants ask her for her name and she tells her that she's Tessa, Ken immediately turns to her and starts talking. He gets very close to her and tells her that his stepson Landon has been telling him a lot of amazing things about Tessa. But the real kicker comes when he leans over and tells Tessa, I need a favor from you with regards to Hardin. My God, what was he going to ask her? Was it to help him with the grades? Was it to tell them how cute of a couple they were? What was he going to ask Tessa? Zed needs help. Based on what's happening in this one, this scene was probably meant to go right after the first breakup of Hardin and Tessa. You know, when he tells Tessa that he doesn't date, and then she storms off, yeah, that's the one. In this scene, we see Tessa walking to her dorm with a bunch of books in her hand, and she's approached by, surprise, surprise, Zed, of all people. We all knew he had a crush on Tessa right from the start, but we didn't know he planned to hit on her. So as she's walking home, he runs up to her to catch her. After exchanging a friendly hi, Zed immediately begins talking about how he's having troubles in class, how he can't understand what the professor is saying, and how he's going to fail. And that's when Tessa offers to tutor him. That's exactly what he's been waiting for. He wanted to be close to her and start hitting up on Tessa, now that there's no room for Hardin in her heart. But the next blooper we have for you will turn all of that on its head. The new tutor. So, our last blooper has to do with the actual tutoring session that Tessa agreed to with Zed. We see that Zed has no intention of studying, as he arranged for the session to take place at a diner. Yeah, that's one of the places you go when you want peace and quiet to concentrate on your book. Besides all of that, Zed can't take his eyes off her. He doesn't even care what she's talking about, and that's when Steph walks in and tells Zed to give Tessa some breathing room. Like she says, he's been practically drooling on her.
Come on, give the poor girl some breathing room. You're like drooling on her.
He doesn't appreciate the snarky comment and just ironically thanks her for coming. And in that moment, when Zed feels like he's got Tessa focused on him, in walks Hardin. He's been wanting to talk to Tessa for such a long time, and then Zed interrupts him, telling him to back off as they're trying to study, and he's having a real hard time getting the lesson. Yeah, right. That's what you've been doing. Right before the two are about to fight, Tessa breaks the tension by talking to Hardin. She initially asks him whether or not he wants to tell her what he's been wanting to talk to her about in front of everyone there.
Okay, well, is it something you want to say right here now?
Of course, we know that talking openly about his feelings doesn't come easily to Hardin. So he just backs off. He's heartbroken, and as he walks away, Tessa can't help but look at him. We can't help but think these two were meant for each other. And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you think some of these scenes could have changed the outcome of After? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.